Hey, hello YouTube, my name is Des Enter from Bunghole, and today I'm gonna do another Fallout video, requested by Alchemist of Nernroot. He or she asked for a video on, Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 about which game has the better DLCs, and I'm gonna make a quick video about which game has the better DLCs, Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. Alright, so I'm gonna first start out by telling you guys the DLCs of each game. Fallout 3 has Operation Anchorage, The Pits, Broken Steel, Point Lookout, and Mothership Zeta, so 5 DLCs. And Fallout New Vegas has 4 DLCs with Dead Money, Honest Hearts, Old World Blues, and Lonesome Road. So I'm just gonna quickly go over each DLC, kind of just tell you what it's about and how much fun each one was, cause they're all different. They all have they all add something new to Fallout, and they're all unique in their own way. So here we go. So I'm gonna start with Fallout 3. Fallout 3, one of them is called Operation Anchorage, which is probably one of my favorite ones from Fallout 3. It sets you in a virtual reality tester, and you go through the war in Anchorage when it's China versus America back before the bomb exploded. And this game, in this DLC, it kind of takes out kind of like the RPG element. Really, you kind of have to follow a certain route. You don't really have that many decisions to choose. But it's still a fun game, but it kind of shoots more as a military shooter than an RPG. Um, which some people may or may not like. I had fun with it. Also you get to in Operation Anchorage you get to lead a squad in the war. You're a sergeant and you get to lead a squad, which is pretty cool because that gives you a bit of freedom to mess around with some military tactics, which could be fun to a lot of people. And I had a lot of fun with the DLC. So overall, it's one of the good DLCs of Fallout 3, and what's even better at the end of that DLC, you get this huge vault of awesome stuff. I won't ruin it too much if you guys haven't played it yet, but I really recommend if you have Fallout 3, you get this DLC. Our next DLC of Fallout 3 I'll talk about is the Pit. The Pit brings you to a slave place in outer. It's not in the wasteland. It sends you to like a slave home. I'm not sure how to describe it, but you get sent to the pit where a lot of slaves work, and this guy wants you to help him, free the slaves. And overall, it was a pretty fun DLC for me. I think it's also another good DLC of Fallout 3. My friend, he didn't like it too much. He said that it was just kind of like too short, and it was, too just like boring of a story. In my opinion, I felt the story was really, very intriguing. I thought it was a really good story. And what I like in this one, it gives you a lot more freedom on what to do. You can actually come back to the pit if you want. You can go to the steel yard and get steel ingots, which you can collect. I believe there's like 50 of them, and for every 10 of them you get an extra thing. You can get like armor, guns, and stuff like that. So I really think that the pit is a really good DLC part of Fallout 3. Alright, so the next DLC I'll talk about is going to be Mothership Zeta. I definitely think that Mothership Zeta is the worst DLC of Fallout 3. The thing about Mothership Zeta is that it was such a great idea. It was such, something that a lot of people could have enjoyed, but I felt that this DLC was just plain boring. It introduced a lot of cool things, like a lot of new guns, but basically in that DLC, all you do the same thing. You basically go to point A, point B, fighting these like typical, aliens that shout really random, languages. Um, but you're basically just going to point B, point A, and you're just um activating these stations to release like prisoners, and then you do some other stuff. It's definitely the worst DLC of Fallout 3. A lot of my friends really liked it because it like had a lot of cool stuff. Like you got new weapons which were really cool, but the only really stuff you gain from it are weapons. You don't get any new armor. You don't really gain any new stuff. You do get some new like gel that can heal you, but it's nothing really different from a stim pack. Stim it does have plus like it kind of doubles the amount of health it gives you depending on your medicine skill, but that's kind of some stuff it gives you, but I really think it's not a good DLC. It For RPG elements in the game, you have some freedom because when you rescue prisoners from like the past, which is a pretty cool idea, but I think that it gives you some freedom. You get to command the ship at the end, which is actually kind of a cool part too. And you can like use a death ray against another ship, which is also a cool part of it. But overall, the only cool parts of the DLC is the ending where you get to control his ship, and but everything else is just complete boringness. It is kind of a bit cooler to search a ship, but the ship basically looks the same, and you can go to like other places to find like reports on the reports the aliens did on their captives. I didn't do it because I just didn't feel like I wanted to do that because I just felt it was boring. But the story, you just get captured by aliens and you have to escape, and you meet like this child who got captured, and she helps you get out. And it's not the best story ever, just kind of straightforward. But you can also go back to the ship. Once you beat the DLC, you can come back, and that's also a good thing about DLCs when you can get back to it. But this is definitely not a good DLC in my opinion. All right, so next one is Point Lookout, and I think for a lot of people, Point Lookout was definitely one of their favorite DLCs. It's one of my favorite DLCs of Fallout. And what happens is that you go to it's actually, I don't know how to explain. It's a really great DLC. If you had to pick one of the DLCs, I would recommend Point Lookout or Broken Steel. Probably Broken Steel because it adds on. But for Point Lookout, it's basically this whole other world you can explore. There's new creatures, you can get new weapons, and the story is really good. You help this scientist guy, kind of like just make this place better, and the RPG elements is really good because you can choose to side with a scientist or this robot brain guy. The story is just the main purpose of it is you're supposed to find the daughter of a mother who's in the wasteland. But as you go there, you kind of as like I said, you get caught up with the scientist, and a lot more stuff happens. A really cool part of it is when you get drugged and some scary stuff kind of happens, which is pretty cool part of the DLC. The ending, there's a vault like in Operation Anchorage, so you can get new stuff there too. And another cool part of the DLC is that you can leave Point Lookout whenever you want to. So during the DLC, if you feel like you just want to go back to the wasteland, you can go to the wasteland. And also when you beat the DLC, you can come back to Point Lookout, which is really cool. And I think it's definitely one of the best DLCs of Fallout, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people can agree with me because Point Lookout is like a fourth. I wouldn't say a fourth, but it's like a little less of a fourth of like the wasteland. There's a lot of places to explore, and it's a good environment, and it's just really awesome. Alright, the last DLC of Fallout 3 is Broken Steel, and if I had to recommend one DLC, it'd be this one, because basically it like continues on the story, and but it doesn't higher level cap, I think, but basically in this DLC, it's about you after you activate Project Purity, and you supposedly die in like the main story of Fallout 3. It continues it on, and you wake up, and you just help the Brotherhood of Steel. So overall, Fallout 3 has really good DLCs. Only has one bad DLC, which is Mothership Zeta. So 4 out of the 5 DLCs are really good, and I think that Fallout 3 has really good DLCs. So next I'll start talking about Fallout New Vegas DLCs. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Dead Money, which is the first DLC that was released for Fallout New Vegas. Now, Dead Money kind of is, a lot of people thought it was really good and a lot of people thought it was really bad. In my opinion, I thought it was probably one of my favorite DLCs of the game. In the beginning, I did hate it so much. I thought it was really frustrating. I thought it was really hard, and I just didn't like being in that like environment. I just didn't want to be there. Um, but and I actually stopped playing when I first got into it. But once I got, once I went back to it and played through it and beat it, I actually, really loved it. It's because if you play Demon Souls or Dark Souls, you know that that game is impossibly hard. But when you beat a level, you feel really good about yourself, and that's what you get when you play Dead Money. Once you get past a certain parts, you're gonna feel really good about yourself. I saw myself, saving a lot before doing something because I might have to revert save, and that's just something I enjoy doing. A lot of people might not like it. Uh, Dead Money, you got a couple new cool guns. Like my favorite gun, the hollow, I forgot what it's called, like the holograph rifle, something like that. It's one of my favorite guns of the game. I used it so many times after I beat the DLC, and basically what Dead Money is about. You got captured and you're brought to this Sierra Madre by this guy who wants treasure there, and he sends you out with I think three other guys, and you have to work together to get the treasure. And what makes this game really kind of difficult is that one, you have an explosive collar around you, and there's this beeping noise, and if you stay in the beeping noise for too long, your head explodes. And that it's one of the hard things about the DLC because you have to find what's making the beeping noise, and you have to destroy it in order for you not to blow up, or you can just run away from it. And there's also this just random mist that kills you, and that's also a difficult part of the thing. There's also some enemies that you can't kill; they can only kill you, and that's also kind of a frustrating, hard thing. And that's what people hate about this thing. They thought it was too hard and frustrating, and I see why they didn't like it. But I just felt really accomplished with myself once I beat it. So overall, it's a alright DLC. Half and half. What's bad about the DLC is that you can't go back to the Sierra Madre when you're done with the DLC, which is something I never like in a DLC if there's because there's things you can find in the Sierra Madre, but if you leave you can't go back, you can't get that stuff. So if you want to get everything in the Dead Money DLC, you're gonna have to do it all in your first playthrough. You can't go back, and it sucks, but I think it's an alright DLC. Some people like it, some people won't. So next is Honest Hearts, and Honest Hearts is the second DLC released, and I forgot I mentioned this about Dead Money, but for all New Vegas DLCs, it raises your level cap by 5. So I do recommend getting all the DLCs for New Vegas because it raises your level cap by 5, and you can keep on playing. But just want to throw that in there. But so I'm gonna talk about next about Honest Hearts, and Honest Hearts is kind of a lot of people saw it was an improvement over Dead Money just because Dead Money was just so hard. The thing I don't like about Honest Hearts is that it's just too straightforward. A lot of it is like Mothership Zeta, it's kind of just go to point A, go to point B, kill this, kill that, come back, receive your reward and stuff like that. There's nothing really much to do, but what I really do like about it, the environment in this game, in the DLC is really good. I forgot what the place is called. It's like Happy Canyon or something like that. But I don't know. But what happens in the DLC is that you travel with this group of travelers, like as a mercenary kind of person to protect them, and they kind of all get killed, and this guy saves you, and he brings you to his tribe, and you meet this guy named, I believe his name is Joseph, and he's trying to bring peace to the valley because his tribe is at war with another tribe, and you help him, defeat the other tribe. And for RPG elements, not that much decision making in this. You kind of have a decision on how to like how to make peace in it. Like, do you take a violent step or do you take a more peaceful step in it? And the story is pretty good and RPG elements are pretty good. Um, the what you can get there, there's a lot of cool stuff you can get there. What I really liked is that they added a Thompson gun. It's like the .45 machine gun they call it, and it looks like the Thompson, and I really think it's a really cool gun. So that's one of my favorite things about it. You can also get some pretty cool armor, and you can once you beat the DLC, you can always come back to it and explore more. And I think it's a good DLC. Nothing special, nothing bad about it. It's just just a DLC. My friend's brother, he beat the DLC in only 30 minutes though, so it's a really short. Other DLCs like Mothership Zeta, those are also short, but other DLCs aren't short. Like Broken Steel and other ones in Fallout 3. So mostly Fallout 3's DLCs are pretty long. It'll take you about 3 to 4 hours, maybe 5, depending on how good you are. And those are long, but this particular DLC was pretty short. And even if you're not that great at Fallout, you could still beat it probably in an hour. So it's not the longest DLC, but I still think it's all right. So the next DLC is Old World Blues, and in Old World Blues, you get teleported to this science place, and you meet like these brains, and they you have to help them with their scientific research and stuff like that. And the story is a bit complicated. I won't go into it too much because I don't want to ruin anything too much. But I think this is one of the best DLCs of New Vegas. Um, there's a lot of you do a lot of searching. Like, I guess Old World Blues could be like the Fallout New Vegas version of Point Lookout. Um, but in Point Lookout it was much bigger. In Old World Blues there's not that much places to go. It's just this huge circle, and then like in every like fifth spot there would be a place to search. And it's it's a pretty cool thing. You get a cool safe house, you get pretty cool weapons, but there's nothing really wrong with this DLC. It's a lot like Honest Hearts, just it's a lot longer. It'll probably take you, like I said, like probably 3 or 4 or 5 hours around there. Um and at the end you have a big decision about like the brains. Do you want to kill them? Do you not want to kill them? It's up to you. And basically they're kind of the reason why a lot of like rad scorpions are in the wasteland. I think I haven't played the DLC in a while. I It's probably the DLC I don't remember the most because it's just a lot straightforward. Like Honest Hearts and Old World Blues are kind of straightforward. But overall, I think the alright DLC. It's basically everything about it is the same as Honest Hearts, just it's a bit longer. Alright, so the last DLC of Fallout New Vegas is Lonesome Road. And I think that this is the best DLC of Fallout New Vegas, in my opinion. The story is amazing. It's really interesting, and just the way how it all goes down is just awesome. In Lonesome Road, you meet Courier 6, I believe. I think you're Courier 7, something around that. I haven't played New Vegas in a while. But you meet the courier before you. There's a reason why he didn't deliver the package, and he kind of tests you. He wants you to come after him and face him. So you go into like the Lonesome Road, and you're supposed to walk it alone and stuff like that, but you do meet a new companion, ED, like another ED. And I think it's definitely one of the best, DLCs. There's a lot of cool stuff you can get, a lot of cool armor, some new guns, and like just the way it ends is really epic. If you have a choice at the end to blow up the NCR, to blow up the Legion, or blow up both of them. And if you blow up like either side, there's a new a place to explore in the original map of New Vegas. So it opens up a new place to explore, and there's a special and unique weapon in each of them. So if you destroy one, the one that you destroy are gonna hate you, and the one that you didn't destroy is gonna love you, but you can't get the other, unique weapon. So what I did, I destroyed both of them. I don't give a fuck who likes me. I just wanted the secret weapon, and it's pretty cool. I really like the DLC. It's really epic ending battle, and it's a really great journey and story, and it's definitely the best DLC um of New Vegas. And if someone asked me which DLC should I get, I would recommend this one. Alright, so we've gone over all of the DLCs of each game, and now it's time to compare which game has the better DLC. In my opinion, Fallout 3 has the better DLCs. Not only does it have like more DLCs than New Vegas, it's just that it has it's just better DLCs. Fallout New Vegas kind of two of their DLC, like a couple of the DLCs are just bland. They're just straightforward. They're just kind of boring. Um, but the good thing about Fallout New Vegas DLCs is that it raises your level cap by 5, so it kind of has you keep on playing. But in Fallout 3, when you hit the level cap, you can't really do anything. And in the DLCs, it doesn't raise your level cap. But I still think that the Fallout 3 DLCs are better. They have better stories. They have better areas to explore. Just better everything. So overall, Fallout 3 wins, and that's my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, say it in the comment box. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.